Hello, Level 3 Social Studies class. This is an online tutorial about how to pass your assessment about a social action. We've kind of passed the planning stage already, so now you're going to have to be into your portfolio. So this idea about planning has been and gone. If you've done a good plan and you've got all that information, then you're easily going to be able to take most of that through to your portfolio. The reflection is something that we're going to do later on in class in the final week of term, and you can do that. If you want to get started on that, you can get started on that early. So let's have a look now at what a portfolio is. There are a number of tasks here that you can work through. H, I, and J are not going to have to be worried about right now, but you're going to have to do A to G. So what do they look like? Let's go have a look. First of all, here's some annotated exemplars that I know people will be having a look at. So let's go through each of these and see if we can find out what's going on. Here's our high not achieved. They've got a description of the issue. This is good. You can see they're describing the issue. And they've got a development that considers ethical implications. So they've got lots of good things in there. The bit they do not have, as you can see in this bit here, there is no talk when they're justifying their social actions and other points of views, values and perspectives. There are no ideologies in here. So you're going to have to say when you choose your social actions what the ideologies are. Let's now go through to one. This is a low achieved. And let's go through each of these sections so you know exactly what you're looking for. First of all, on the first page, you can see in here there's an issue. They've got the issue and they've talked about the issue in here. It's a human rights issue, so you've got to have a human right. They've got specific details. You're going to have the details. You're going to have to talk about these rights here, and I'll be using some of your ideologies in here. Then you've got to develop a plan. So with your plan, once you've developed a plan here, like this person here's, they've got some ideas on what they want to do. These are their social actions. And they've got here, these actions are definitely legal. There are some ethical steps I need to consider. So they're saying what they're doing. They're not going to plagiarize anything. They're going to do a survey. They're going to make sure the questions are not biased. When talking to the council, they're going to make sure the wording is formal and polite. When they're doing a petition, they're going to make sure that this needs at least 100 signatures. The lobbying, they're going to get a teacher to proofread. You're going to have to make sure that what you do is correct and done well. It's not just slack happy. For justifying the course of others, let's have a look at what they've done here. The council disagrees with my social action about the pool. They've talked here, their point of view is shaped by a capitalist ideology. So they've got in here an ideology. When you're looking at the actions that you're taking and the different perspectives, you're going to have the ideology. His point of view is shaped by a humanitarian ideology, and he's concerned about the Hamilton residents. Now, the last bit of this is the log. You have to do a log. You must hand in the log as an account of personal participation, planning and carrying out the social action. You need to say what you did every day and what you worked on. Now, sometimes this might be happening outside of school because that's how it needs to happen. So you have to have a log. Ours is on a separate doc. This is for achieved. Here we go. Let's look at a high achieved. Here's a high achieved. You can't get a merit or excellence in the first section. You have to do the action, and the merit and the excellence is the reflection. So don't look up merit and excellence exemplars yet. They're going to waste your time. Now, for the first one, you can see they've gone into much more detail about what's happening with the issue. They've talked again specifics. They've got why they want to do it, and they've got this plan developing. So that when they're talking about the plan, they're going through, and again, they're talking about websites to make sure it's reliable, things are formal, and I must ask them if I can use their name in the report. So you're going to have to ask these people questions when you're going out and talking to people. When they're justifying the social actions, one parent said we have appalling rates of water deaths in New Zealand, so they're quoting it in here. The parents have a capitalist ideology as they're concerned about the financial side of using the pool. Their viewpoint is invaluable in trying to convince the council that the policy needs changing. This is when you're going to have to do your groups, and one of these opinions has to be your own. You can do it as a group, but then it must be a group perspective. So you are then all doing this together, and it is a one group thing, and that says you all share the same perspective, which I think is quite a sad state of humanity if your friends and you just think exactly the same way. However, it could happen. The next one is the same thing, an account. That's what you must have for these things here. I'll click you on an excellent, I'll click you on a mirror exemplar and show you that this has nothing to do with what we have done and talked about. Here's a mirrored exemplar, the strengths and weaknesses of your personal involvement. This here, anticipating the real and potential consequences of the social action, this here is a low merit. You don't have to do that yet. We will do that in class. You will look at the strengths and weaknesses of their personal involvement. So what was it like, what you did? You could think about it. If you use your template well, you will already have some of these answers done. So if you use the complicated template that I gave you and answer both sides, then you will already have some of these answers done. So that's how you're going to pass this assessment. Good luck. Work hard. Watch this as many times as you like so you know what you're doing. Okay, bye.